Good morning, children. So, here we are starting with a new chapter, that is finance and accounts. It is a separate department generally in all of the business organization. So, in this video, we are going to study what is the meaning and work, that is the function of finance and accounts department. Let us start with the meaning of finance. Business finance, here finance refers to the word business finance. So, business finance may be defined as the activity concerned with the planning, raising, controlling, and administering of the funds used in the business. That means business finance involves a number of activities such as to plan, means how much money or finance is required in the business, then raising, what are the sources from where the finance can be arranged, controlling, that how much money is to be allocated to which expense, and administering, that is looking after, putting a check that whether the amount are correctly spent or not used in business. So it involves the estimation, that is discovering or finding out how much amount of money is required, acquisition, that means to acquire, to procure, to raise from where the money can be gained, and an administration of funds, that is the controlling, the follow up, the looking after of funds of any kind used in meeting the needs and objectives of the business firms, means all the activities required to discover, to estimate, to raise, to control, to spend money related in fulfilling the objectives of the business firm. Then there are a number of functions of finance and accounts department. Here we have to discuss a total of 8 functions of finance and accounts department. The functions are estimating financial requirements, designing the capital structure, raising the funds, accounting, management of cash, investment of funds, financial controls, and disposal of earnings. So these are the 8 functions of finance and accounts department in any business organization. So let us discuss these functions in detail. And one more thing, children, functions can also be asked as the importance or the objectives of finance and accounts department. So whether the question asks to write the functions or the objectives, the answer will be the same. So let us start with the first function, that is estimating the financial requirement. So first of all, the total amount of funds required during a specific time period in the business are estimated. The very first step, the very first objective or function of the finance and accounts department is to estimate that how much amount of money is required in a business organization. The estimates must be made for long term as well as for the short term, because in business the money or the funds are needed for fixed capital as well as working capital. Fixed capital means which remains in the invested in terms of long term assets, furnitures, buildings, land, etc. And working capital means money required to meet day to day expenses. So estimates must be made for both long term and short term capital. That means money required for a short period of time and money required for fixed capital, so on. So the amount of capital required depends on a number of factors such as nature and size of business. That means larger the business, more will be the capital requirement. Smaller the business, lesser will be the capital required. Then schemes of modernization and expansion. If a business wants to adopt modern techniques of production or expand more, then in that case the capital required or finance required will be more. But if the business is using traditional techniques and is working on a small scale, doesn't want to expand much, then in that case the capital or finance required will be less. Then other factors can be technology of production. Again the same point, if it is using very advanced techniques of production, then finance required will be more. If it is using traditional techniques, man-made techniques, then the finance required will be less, etc. So various techniques of long range planning and budgeting are used, means from where to get, how much is the estimation, then you can also prepare a budget, that how much amount of expenses have to be incurred, from where the money will come, is in such a manner. For estimating the amount and type of funds required in the business during a given period of time. So, the total amount of long term funds is known as capitalization. So, what is capitalization? Capitalization is the total amount of long term funds, which is capitalization. The second objective or function is designing the capital structure. So capital structure basically, when any when you have estimated the money, that how much money is required. So in that case, the money which you are requiring or raising, that can either be the owned capital, that means the owner is putting up his capital, or it can also be a borrowed capital, means the money which he is taking as a loan from others. For example, if you are requiring 1 lakh rupees and you have 80,000 of your own and 20,000 you take it as a loan, so this structure, 80,000 is your own capital and 20,000 is the borrowed capital. So this is considered as a capital structure. So the second objective, after the business have decided, estimated how much finance they require, how much money they require, the very second objective or function will be to decide upon the capital structure, how much they are willing to have the capital of their own and how much they are willing to have it as a borrowed capital. So capital structure refers to the kind and promotion of different securities used to raise the estimated amount of funds. Funds can be raised from equity shareholders, preference shareholders, debenture holders, banks, financial institution, public deposits, etc. So these are the various sources from where the finances can be raised by a business. They can invite people to invest in their shares, they can invite the people to invest in their debentures, they can take it as a loan from various commercial banks, they can take it as a loan from various financial institutions, or they can utilize the public deposits, etc. So the sources of funds should be selected carefully, keeping in view the amount and type of funds required and the merits and demerits of each source. So when the business is deciding upon its capital structure, it has to keep a number of factors in mind, such as how much the amount is required, then whether they want more of borrowed capital or more of owned capital, then what will be the merits and demerits of having such capital. After selecting the sources of funds, the relative proportion between equity and debt, that is the own capital and borrowed capital, is decided. Means once they decide which source they have to get in touch with, then the structure is decided, and this is called capital structure. The third function is raising the funds. Once the estimate has been made about the amount of the fund and even the structure has been decided, the very third step is to now finally raise the funds. Invite the people to invest in your organization. If you have chosen to take loan from banks, then to apply it for loans to the banks, etc. So, after the sources of funds and the relative proportion between them is decided, steps are taken to collect the necessary funds. For this purpose, a prospectus is prepared and approved from SEBI, that is Securities Exchange Board of India. Prospectus is somewhat, you can say, in a very layman's language, it is a company's document in which the details about companies is mentioned, the number of shares is mentioned, the price of the share is mentioned, etc. The minimum purchasing or qualification amount is mentioned, etc. So, for this purpose, a prospectus is prepared which has to be approved by SEBI. SEBI, it is an authority, Securities Exchange Board of India, which looks after such securities such as shares, etc. Then underwriters and brokers are appointed for the sale of shares and debentures. Basically, underwriters and brokers are the middlemen, middle agents, who help in selling the shares and debentures of a business, organization, or a company. Advertisements are released to invite people that we are the business who want to sell our shares, you can invest in our shares, you'll be getting so much of profit, etc., to attract more and more people. Agreements are made with financial institution for raising loans, etc. If we want to take it as a loan, then we apply to banks and financial institution, uh, satisfying them with the norms, with the collateral security if any is required, etc. The number of shares and debentures to be issued and the terms and conditions of issue are decided before the issue of prospectus. So, all the terms and conditions have to be agreed upon, and all the terms and conditions are to be fulfilled upon. Whatever the terms and conditions are there, it is decided before issuing the prospectus, because all these terms and conditions will be a part of prospectus. The fourth function of finance and accounts department is the investment of funds. Once the funds have been estimated, the structure has been prepared, the funds have been raised, we have procured all the fund. Now the fourth step is to ultimately invest the funds in the areas where we or the business wants to. So effective utilization of funds is essential. The best utilization, the proper utilization of so raised funds is very very important for the success of business, because if you misutilized it, your business will be incurring losses. So investment decisions should be made keeping in view the objectives of liquidity. Liquidity means how much ready cash you want to secure, how much liquid cash you want to have with you. Profitability, how much profits you want to earn. And solvency, for how long you want your business financial position to be strong. So these are certain factors on the basis of which a business organization decides upon investing the funds. For example, if the business wants to be in a liquid position to have more of cash, so it will be investing less and keeping more, etc. Attempts should be made to maintain the right balance between risk and return on investment. The greater the degree of risk, the higher should be the return. So it will be, while investing the funds, it will be targeted that a proper balance is made. Whosoever is taking, because we know that risk is a basic element of a business organization, of any business organization, be it partnership, be it sole proprietorship, anything. So the more the risk is there, the attempt should be made, but funds should be utilized in such a manner that in that higher risk situation, the investment or the return is also the higher. So this was the function of investment of funds. The next function is management of cash. Very important point. That is management of cash. Adequate amount of cash must be made available in business at all times to meet day to day expenses. That means even if you are investing the funds, a substantial portion of money or cash or fund a business must be having with it at all times to meet its day to day expenses. Availability of cash is necessary to maintain liquidity and credit worthiness of business. Liquidity, that means how much readily amount of cash is available with the business, and credit worthiness of business means the credit paying capacity of business. The more liquid cash the business will be having, the better will be its repaying capacity. Efficient management of cash inflows and outflows is necessary. Cash flow is investment, cash budget, funds flow investment, and other techniques are used for this purpose. So, a very proper management and accurate management of cash inflows and outflows is necessary. Cash inflows means from where the cash is coming in, and cash outflows where the cash is going out. And there are several techniques to get into preparation for this. For example, cash flow statement, cash budget, etc. So basically these are the practical portion which you will be studying in higher classes. The next one is disposal of earnings. Obviously, after investing, after managing the cash, etc., ultimately the business will be incurring profits, will be incurring revenue, will be having a number of a huge amount of earnings. So it is a function of the finance and accounts department to keep a good control on disposal of earnings. That means how these earnings, these revenue, these profits are disposed of, spent upon, or distributed. So administration of earnings is an important function of the finance department. It involves decisions relating to dividend policy, means how much return out of this earning is to be given to the shareholders, who those who have invested in the shares, etc. Plowing back of profits, that means how much of this profits we need to put it again invested back in the business organization. Creation of reserves, etc., means how much of this earning we need to keep it as a reserve in the business for future uncertain purpose. Such decisions are made on the basis uh, of the amount and trend of the firm's earning, capital market conditions, modernization and expansions, etc. So these are the points or the factors which are to be kept in the mind while a business is disposing its earning. That whether capital market conditions, if the conditions are favorable, it can be invested. If the modernization has to be adopted, it can be spent, and so on. So these are the factors related to disposal of earnings. The next function of accounts and finance department is the financial control. Very important point. Evaluation and control of financial performance is necessary for ensuring the financial health of business. It involves the development and use of appropriate control techniques, return on investment, budgetary control, internal audit, ratio analysis, break even analysis, and several other techniques are used for this purpose. So, time to time, the evaluation, the judgment, the measurement to see whether financially the business is performing well or not. That means whether the business is able to utilize its funds properly or not. After utilizing it, whether it is getting substantial amount of return or not. Then to calculate the ratios, what is the percentage of profit, what is the ratio of your assets in comparison to the liabilities, etc. So all these measurement and efficiency controls are also an objective or importance of finance and accounts department. And the last function of finance and accounts department is accounting. Basically, accounting, it is a process of a number of activities such as recording, classifying, summarizing, analyzing, interpreting the business transactions. Mean whenever a business strikes any deal, whether it sells something or purchases something or makes any payment or receives any payment, every monetary exchange or for money or money's worth has to be recorded in the books of accounts. It has to be classified further, it has to be analyzed so as to see whether we are incurring profits or losses, and ultimately we have to interpret it so as to see whether the business is in having good financial position or not. So for all these activities come under the function accounting. What is accounting? Accounting is the art of classifying, recording, analyzing and interpreting the business transactions. Accounts needs to be maintained for several other uses. Financial accounting, uh, financial accounting, cost accounting, management accounting are the three branches of accounting. And why do we need to prepare accounts? Basically, as you can see in the second line, accounts needs to be maintained not only to ascertain profit or loss of business, but for several other uses. For uses like to help in future planning, then to provide information to the government or various other parties who are interested in our business, then to keep a control, if we are spending more we can control it, etc. So these were the functions of finance and accounts department. I hope the functions of such department is clear to you, children. So you have to complete this assignment based on this chapter discussed in this video, you have to answer the following short questions in your register. Short question means you have to answer it for a 2 marks question. So question number 1 is, what do you understand by the term finance? We have discussed it in this video. The answer to this question will be finance may be defined as the activity concerned with the planning, raising, controlling and administering of the funds used in the business. Then second question, what is capitalization? So for this the answer will be the total amount of long-term funds is known as capitalization. The third question, what do you understand by capital structure? The answer will be capital structure refers to the kind and proportion of different securities used to raise the estimated amount of funds. Then the question number 4, what do you mean by accounting? So the answer to this question will be, accounting is the process or it is the art of classifying, recording, analyzing and interpreting business transaction. Question number 5, state any 4 functions of finance and accounts department. We have discussed 8 functions. You have to state or name any 4 functions here. You can name accounting, then you can name disposal of earnings, you can name financial controls, you can name raising the funds or investment of funds, then you can say estimating the fund requirement, then management of cash, designing the capital structure. So out of these 8 functions you are required to mention any 4. Now the long question, you have to answer the following long question in your register. You have to explain the various functions of finance and accounts department. So in this video we have discussed the 8 functions. You have to explain those 8 functions in detail. And since it is a long question, in your papers you get long questions for 5 marks, so it will be okay if you explain any 5 to 6 functions of the finance and accounts department. For example, you can explain raising of funds, you can explain estimating of funds, you can explain management of cash, you can explain accounting, you can explain disposal of earnings, you can explain designing the capital structure in detail. While explaining, you can take the help from the video or the notes which will be sent to you as a PDF. I hope the chapter is clear to you, children. Do complete all your written work and keep on learning the answers. Thank you, children. Take care.